Greetings and salutations, my name is OJ as always, and welcome back to not another episode of the DBDathon, because today we're going to be covering the 9.1.0 update. This video is going to be very unscripted, by the way, so if you see me stumble or fumble, do be aware of that in advance. This update, the reason I'm covering it, right, is because in the PTB, as some of you may know, when I covered the PTB, go watch that video if you didn't. Actually, there's no point in it anymore. I'm going to cover the PTB changes here anyways. Sorry. In that PTB, it looked like the knight was going to be gutted. And who's the next killer that I need to make a video on? The knight! So, I wanted to wait till this update came out and to just see whether or not the knight was gutted, and I'd have to talk about him in both present and past tense simultaneously. However, something more interesting arose from this update coming out. Here in this what you can see on screen, I have the patch notes for the actual live version, the PTB patch notes, as well as a bug and tech support thing for the patch. This patch might just be one of the worst I've actually been here to experience in quite a long while, especially bug-wise. I mean, there was a lot of weird things in the PTB going into it, but the thing is, none of those issues were changed, and more importantly, we had like 20 more new issues. Anyways, just going off the PTB, I already covered all of their perks in my video on the PTB. Like, these perks are all kind of just fine. There's some that could have been bad, like Last Stand could have been like a real issue, but I think they've actually tampered it too much. I think it should work on a charge system instead of being disabled for the whole match, but they actually nerfed it when it came to live server. So the only thing I think is a net positive across the board are these changes to Pyramid Head. I think these changes to Pyramid Head are really good, and he desperately needed an add-on rework, as I'm sure many of you know. And this is exactly what we got. Like, these are good changes, etc. Now, on the PTB, which I shall quickly move over to, it looked like the clown was kind of going to get gutted a little, right? Decreasing the time, or decreasing the hindered effect to 12 seconds, decreasing the hindered effect linger time to 1 second. It just didn't really look great, whilst increasing the haste of this. However, somehow they still didn't actually manage to fix it, because all of this has turned Clown into a mindless killer. Because now you are able to just, like, what you're doing, just from my experience and what I've seen other people do, is just throw down yellow throw down yellow bottles, throw down purple ones, and just run around whilst they're slowed. Like, Clown is just way too easy to play now. Before, he had like a level of sort of complexity to him. There was a difference between a good clown and a great clown. But now you can kind of just see success of Clown whilst turning your brain off, and it's just not good. Like, if they just reverted all of this, I think life would probably be okay. Maybe keep this. Maybe keep that. I don't know. The clown changes feel weird. There's probably more educated people to comment on his changes. I'm sure that one clown main with a billion page long document is probably rewriting it as we speak. I'm sure he's or they're kind of annoyed, maybe? I don't know. These changes just feel weird. It feels like they've taken away of the complexity of the clown and kind of just made him a bit more mindless, and as such it makes him less fun to play, which is obviously not what you want. The add-on changes, I don't usually cover add-on changes. The pig changes were, I guess, a net positive as well, because they don't really like hurt her in any way, shape or form. Like, this is fine. It's not going to make her good. I'm sure, as you know, I don't like her power, and you have to lose the game for it to be good. Or it's not even good when you're losing. But yeah, these changes are fine. They're fine. Add-ons, sure. Now, the knight was one I was really worried about, mostly because I was going to make a video on the knight. Now, this top bit here, this bit, all this here, this looked good. This bit, this was awful. This gutted him. If this made it to live servers, knight would be like very bad, like bottom 5. He would He'd be sitting next to the killer that came after him, Skull Merchant. So this, whatever it meant, I did not want to see this on live server. Mostly for my own reasons, because, as I said, I would have had to make a video on him with that in the game. No, thank you. I do not want to deal with that, and I do not want to try and discuss Knight simultaneously as he was barely a day ago, and as he is now with that changing. Thankfully, it's not there. That's good. However, this is just raw buffs. It's not. There's no negatives, right? However, as always, because it's Knight, the one thing that eternally haunts him till he dies is bugs. This patch is very buggy, and the Knight has always been a buggy killer, so he's not being helped. I think he needs just generally like a bunch of bug fixes for him, and some just reconsider on certain things. I still can't believe that he could be stunned out of his patrol path. Like when you're creating the patrol path, if a survivor drops a pallet, he can be stunned out of that at one point. I don't know if that's still the case now, but I remember that, and I was just baffled that that was a thing. The change to the Oni is something. Now, let's discuss the elephant in the room. Let's discuss this thing, the fog vial. This might just be one of the worst additions to this game ever, full stop, in its entirety, across the 9 years that this game has been around. I would argue this is one of the worst additions ever created. This is obviously coming, all of this, by the way, is coming from someone who almost primarily plays Killer. I play Survivor now and then, maybe with a friend or whatever, but I do play Killer 99% of the time. Even on Survivor side, this item sucks. This item's terrible. Just baseline. Let's ignore the bugs that I'll get to in a minute. This item sucks. Not only does it, obviously, screw up your visibility, screw ups scratch marks, screw ups auras, screw up sounds, which makes certain killers damn near impossible to play. It makes the game near impossible to play for certain people. For people with like disabilities in those areas, say you have bad hearing or you kind of struggle to see things and stuff. I've seen people just struggle to play the game now because of these things making them like sick and stuff. Like, that's bad. That's real bad, just as a baseline. But do you notice anything? Do you notice anything? Has a charge. Or what does that word say? Recharges over time. Why did you think from the PTB how people were complaining this thing needs a limited amount of charges? This thing shouldn't be allowed to recharge over and over and over. Why would you keep the recharge? What? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why can this item recharge? This is pretty easily the best item in the game. I would argue that for survivors, because of how much you're getting out of it, but also because of the fact it's infinite. You can use it as many times as you want. That's really dumb. That's really, really dumb. Like, this is terrible. This is awful. Oh my god, how did this make it to the live servers? This item sucks to go against, sucks to use, and it's the fact that it can recharge. It's got infinite uses. What? It's the best item in the game, at least from what I'm seeing, and it's got infinite uses. What are we doing? This item is awful to go against. It just, oh my god. I'm genuinely flabbergasted. This thing made it in with what 2 changes? It's got a smaller radius and the opacity is like slightly less bad. You're not going to address this? You're not going to address the recharge over time thing? No, you're not going to address that, are you? No, thank you, behavior. Thank you. It makes some killers genuinely unusable. Like, how are you meant to play Spirit? How are you meant to play Spirit? No scratch marks, no auras, no survivor sounds. Like, I know you can't see. Well, can you see scratch marks? Yeah, you can. I'm just baffled. And we'll get to the bug related to fog vials. Oh, actually, I have seen one thing in the PTB. I'm sure, as some of you saw, the fog vials, when survivors were holding them in the lobby, was attached to the back of their hands, which is obviously not meant to be the case. That's still the same in the live server. What? Hello, we're gonna get rid of that bug that's very clear, obvious, right in your face? No? Okay. Look, I'm usually quite lenient when it comes to bug fixing. For some who don't know, I actually did a game development thing in college for about 2-3 years, and I understand how easily bugs can just appear out of thin air. I made my own game, and the bugs literally will just appear. You will not see them coming. They are Joker Person 5. But sometimes when they're right there in your face, and you are given 3 weeks to fix it, I would kind of hope that it would be fixed in some way, shape or form, but okay, whatever. Otherwise, the rest of the patch seems to be the same, I think. Outside, like, there's obviously perk changes, survivor perk changes. We do have a new rift, which I will pull up once we're done talking about the actual patch itself, right? There is a new rift. Yeah, I'll actually, at the end of this video, I'll play like 2-3 games of Killer or whatever, and yeah, I'll obviously show the rift before I do that. But before we get to the rift, let's talk about the bugs. This is why I waited. I waited a day to make this video because I wanted to see what bugs would appear, just in case, you know, it changed my opinion. Because otherwise, this video would have just been me being like, thank God the night isn't gutted, and wow, fog vials really suck. However, in the last couple of hours, we've had quite a lot of bugs pop up that are damn near game breaking. Now, this is the one. Type of bug in-game/match. On Pyramid Head, Chase seems to be bugged, only initiating when a survivor is hit with a basic attack and ending prematurely despite still following the survivor. They broke the main gameplay mechanic of the game. Chases do not start on Killer until you hit a survivor, meaning you can never get bloodlust, like chasing someone normally, and you know what's now back on the menu? Infinites. We're back in Dead by Daylight Year 1. Infinites are back on the menu. Shack is back on the menu. Like, Infinite Shack is back on the menu. Now, how do you think this happens? How do you think this bug happens? Well, I'm sure you can see it right here. Fog Vials. Fog Vials did it. From the looks of it, every time you are hit with a fog vial, and this is not just like, oh, 1 match or 2 matches across 100. No, I've genuinely seen like every single person playing Killer who gets hit by a fog vial once, enter it once, cannot actually chase survivors for the rest of the match. How? How did you do that? How? As I said earlier, I'm lenient when it comes to bugs. I understand they can appear out of thin air, but your entire gameplay loop being broken by a single item when it wasn't like this on the PTB beforehand? How did that happen? How? And this is awful. I'm not kidding. If in the next 5 days fog vials are not kill switched, I'm going to be fuming, and you will get a video on it, because this is absurd. The fog vials cause killers unable to enter chase unless they get a hit first. But if they drop the chase at any point, whether the survivor makes it away or whatever, then but they're still like in the chase, then they have to hit them again, and they're never going to get bloodlust. It's just I don't know what's happening. Look, in some case, after using Knight's power, he's no longer to enter chase. Will not start unless an injury occurred. Like, this was an issue in the PTB? I didn't know that! So, the actual game mechanic that is this, I would argue that is the main game mechanic, chases and stuff. And it was broken in the PTB. And it didn't get changed. A Fog Whisperer said about it. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. And as we know, it's not just after using the Knight's power, it's because of the fog vials. Those stupid items. Get them out of here now. Get them out of my game. Oh my god, this is the worst patch I've seen in a while. This is the funny one. This is a funny one. I don't know how this metal pole just appears on the offering screen, but this is real funny. I don't even know how this happens. I won't. I could not tell you. But this is a funny bug, so I'm not really too bothered by it. But this stuff, this is awful. This is really, really bad. This is, like, just to be serious for a minute, we need to do something. Like, right now. If the game is unplayable for one side of the population because of an item that the other side has, I feel like that item should probably be removed. Probably should be kill switched. And maybe when you bring it back, don't make it infinitely rechargeable and give it like 3 charges. Maybe 5 charges at the highest rarity. 3 charges at the highest rarity. I think there's only 3 rarities for the thing. I can actually fact check that though, because I'm goated and kept all of this stuff up. Ignore the fact that my mouse kind of scrolls down after I scroll up. Yeah, there's 3 different versions of it. So yeah, literally just make this one have 1 charge, have this one have 2 charge, this one have 3 charge. Not hard. And it would probably be a more acceptable item, and it would still have a decent effect, right? It'd still be powerful. But yeah, this is not good. It's not good at all. My friend sent me a clip of Michonne coughing, like when she's infected by the plague. Oh my god, she is deafening, like deafening. I've never seen or never heard a survivor be that loud before. Just yeah, this is I'm pressing play on Steam. It loads the EAC, but then the game never opens. Yeah, obviously there are a lot of bugs. Some are more important than others, and the one that is the big one is this one. It's definitely this one. This is really bad. We really do need to change it. Just to be really serious right now. Get rid of the fog vials and hopefully bring them back with charges. Don't bring them back with infinite reusability. Like, on paper, this patch doesn't seem too bad, right? I'm not stupid for saying that. The new perks are fine enough. They're okay. I don't see them really being game changers. All of this. This is the net positive. All of this for Pyramid Head. This is all great. The pig stuff is fine. The clown has turned him into a kind of mindless killer. Knight is now just net better, but still buggy as all hell. Oni... Sure. This guy's here. This guy's here for some reason. It's just this stupid thing. This thing will be the death of me. I'm not joking. Yeah, this is it's not a good patch. It's not a good patch. Not at all. From the looks of it. I played like 2 or 3 games, and funny enough, I did actually experience this bug. It was so fun. And you know what? We're probably going to go experience it now, because just to sort of let's round out the video with me playing 2 games of Killer, 1 game of Survivor. How about that, right? You know, kind of get some games in. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. And I'll show off the tome or the rift, because I mean, people are angry about it, and I can understand why. But we'll get there when we get there. So I will see you in 5 seconds. Hey gang, we're back. I am now in Dead by Daylight, and for the first time in my life I actually had to use a feature that's in the game that would help me as a content creator, which is muting the copyrighted music. And then it didn't mute the copyrighted music, so I had to turn down the main menu music down to, well, 0. So yeah, no music for the main menu, unfortunately. And as I said, we'll just take a brief glimpse at the rift, which I've seen a lot of people complaining about, and I kind of get why, right? Like, hey guys, here's a Walking Dead chapter, but not a Walking Dead rift on the same day that the chapter comes out. I can get why some people are upset. I'm not really bothered, because I said it in the PTB video, right? I'm not a fan of Walking Dead, not in a negative way. Like, I just haven't watched the show, and I'm not particularly super interested in it. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, I can understand why people would be upset about not having a Walking Dead rift. Could have been a good opportunity to get some cool skins. Like, I don't know, if they wanted to do a night skin, they could have done a zombified night skin. I don't know. Trying my hardest, right? I mean, he is already kind of like a zombie anyways, right? But yeah, like, if we just let's go over the rift together whilst we're here. Don't see why not, right? If I can actually see the button that I need. Why did I click close rift pass? I actually wanted to look at it. Good skin, even though it is a bit bland for Elodie. A skin for Adam, which looks fine enough. I think the skull mask is a bit corny, but I understand the detail we're going for. You'll begin to see the issues that I have with ultra-wide monitors. Wraith isn't even fitting on the screen. This skin seems pretty decent. I've always liked that weapon, where it's got like the heart in it. That's always been quite a cool weapon to me. This is just me like very quickly going over the skins. Oh, I was tripping for a second. I thought she was just wearing those jeans normally. This is decent enough skin. Yeah, it's decent. And a Jake skin. Isn't that his mask from the Virgo set? This is another... By the way, didn't Jake just have a skin? Another one? Alright. It's fine enough. It's alright. Yui. Don't know how I feel about the colours. That's not Yui. Am I stupid? I meant Fong. Yeah, it's a decent skin for Fong. Hag, the one from the trailer, is actually really good. It's a really good skin, actually. Wow, actually, yeah, it's really good. Damn. Alright. They're kind of cooking. I saw someone on Twitter, like, jumping for joy that this banner got in. I think it was their banner. Felix. Looks fine enough. I feel like the bone aesthetic doesn't really work for survivors. Mostly just off the fact that they are survivors. Oh my god. It's finally here. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm just like taking this skin in. Man, I love the Unknown so much. You've got no idea how excited I am to talk about him. Genuinely, I think he's the video I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, I'll hold my tongue. I don't want to spoil my own video in the future, right? At least they gave her a hat again. That's an issue I've always had with like Michaela skins. They always just don't give her a hat. Like, come on, give the girl her hats. It looks fine enough. It's all right. I do think it's a bit weird that the shorts are a different color from the rest of the thing, but sure. A skin for the Legion. As if we needed another. Yeah, it's fine. Don't like the knife. I've never liked that weird, like, serrated knife. I'm not fond of it. I think the blue on the face is a bit mismatched as well. The Sable skin. I've seen nothing but people complaining about it. I think it looks quite pretty, but yeah, I can see why people are making fun of this thing. Like this weird floaty thing. It looks like a horse's tail. Like, why does it just come out flat and then flop down? But I think otherwise the skin is actually really pretty. I'm very fond of like the skull on the shoulder and the flowers everywhere. I'm quite fond of it. And then the knight. He doesn't even fit on the screen as well. Come on, man. You got to get in the screen. It's a really good skin. Kind of gives me I don't know what it gives me the vibes of. I just think it looks really cool. A Bone Knight is a cool skin for him. Quite fond. Glad that he got the, what's it called? Ascended skin. And then you got the Rift 3 colours. What colours we got? Red. Red colours? Sure. That looks cool. Makes him look like rusted. Next. Oh, still on red. Oh, yellow. Yellow colours. Okay. What does the night one look like again? Gold now. Kind of cool. Elodie looks really good in that, actually. It's a really nice colour. What's the last one? It's like a wispy. What colour scheme is that? Survivors are wearing white and purple. But then she's got yellow on her? White, blue, and purple? With bits of yellow? These two look bad. And why is there so much blood? There wasn't that much blood on the other ones, was there? Okay, no, there was. My bad. yeah, this rift is pretty okay. I actually quite like a lot of the skins in this, but yeah, I can see why people were upset with it not being. Why did he not make any sounds doing that? I can understand why people are upset with this and it not being a Walking Dead rift. I don't know anything about Walking Dead, so don't expect me to throw my hat in the ring and say, oh, we should have gotten this character or that character. Would have been really funny, though, if they gave us a Negan skin for Trickster, just to really, really piss people off. But yeah, the rift looks pretty good. This lobby looks quite nice, actually. Quite fond of the lobby. It's quite loud, I will admit. Yeah, this lobby is quite nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Obviously, I'm always going to be a bit more preferential to the Five Nights at Freddy's one, because I am a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. But yeah, this is a pretty good lobby. Anyways, I'll stop the recording here, and I'll come back to you once we find a game. Because let's see in real time how the fog vials ruin my day, like in real time, for all of you to enjoy and laugh at me for. Right, so I finally, after a damn near 8 attempts, found a game where someone's using a fog vial. Okay, it's good for me in my free time that people aren't using fog vials, not so they don't ruin my life. But for content, this sucks. It took me 8 attempts to find someone in the lobby holding a fog vial. This is a new item, guys. Why are we not using it? Well, I know why we're not using it. No one likes it. I don't like it. Killers across the board don't seem to like it. And survivors, I don't know what survivors think. I never do. Kind of, the inner machinations of their minds are an enigma, as Patrick would say. But yeah, it took me 8 attempts to find a game where someone was actually using or had a fog vial in their hands. So, let's see if we can find David and see if this glitch, or see this glitch in action, right? See the effects of me not being able to start a chase until I've actually hit someone. By the way, I did actually forget to mention, unlike my other videos where I use OBS and record at the same time, I'm not actually using OBS to record, like my audio. I'm using Audacity as well as OBS at the same time, so I'm like recording footage of one thing and audio with another. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it sounds better. Audacity is what I normally use for all of my videos, so this should probably sound better outside of my, my usual awkwardness. As I said in the PTV video, I am not very experienced with, like, recording and playing the game at the same time. I feel like that would have hit in a different world. Let's go this way. So as you can see, by the way, I was able to obviously start a chase with Michonne. Let's look for David. Let's hunt this man down. I swear I just saw him. There you are. Go on. Use the fog vial. You know you wanna. Did he even have it in his hands? Or is it because he's doing the animation? He does. Okay. Didn't want to use it for some reason. Whatever that reason may be, I'm not sure. Come on, man. You gotta use it. Maybe I should have extended the chase just till he used it. Hi, Yui. It's worth a throw, right? That's on me. I hit that? Huh? How did I manage that? Ooh, that was close. I had a game where the spring trap was actually like the second coming of LeBron. He was throwing these axes unlike I've ever seen anyone throw them. I miss that spring trap. Wherever he is in the world, know that your throws impressed me so much that I wanted to become like you. I want to be LeBron. No, I don't. Not the actual dude. Just give me your skills. Let me throw axe-shaped hoops, as they say. I heard that. I heard that breathing. Get back in, Michonne. I'll hit an axe once in this match, trust. Watch, I'll hit it right now. See? Good things come to those who say it out loud. Oh, that's not a phrase. That is not a real thing people say. Why is she whispering in my ear? I said that last match. Oh, okay. So I've entered the fog vial. Looking for people, right? But you literally can't see anything. Now, let's go over to this hook. There's quite clearly people here. Let us see. Will the chase initiate? It did initiate, but I don't hear any music. The chase is like, it's got the icon around her thingy. I got bloodlust. No, I didn't. They've taken away my bloodlust. This is really weird. I'm still not hearing any music, weirdly. Oh. But now I hear the music for... Huh? Am I stupid? So I initiated chase with Yui earlier. Okay, so let's just think about what happened there. I got hit by a fog vial. I then initiated a chase with Yui. It said that there was a chase icon around her, but I wasn't... There was no music. I hit her, and then I got... Well, before I hit her, I got bloodlust, but I didn't actually get the speed boost. And then once I hit her, things went back to normal. That was the world's most obvious dead hard, and I fell for it. Anyways, fall for this bitch. Oh, she's not going that way. Oh, she's going that way. World's worst pallet against Splingy Trap. Splingy Trap. I still missed. As I said, I'll hit her axe one day. So, it's kind of weird how the fog vials interrupt the game. I mean, no matter what, being unable to chase is enormous. Like, that is very bad, and I do think they should be kill switched just off the fact that you can't chase like full stop, even if it's just to one person. That's weird. My bad. I'm not sure what the plan was there, man, but sure, whatever. Whatever. Don't shake your head at me. Got the last stack and no way out at the last second. Am I goated? No, I am not goated. I've damn near lost most of these matches. I saw that. No leaving. No. Probably could have thrown that at her. Just realised not once did I really use the doors this match. Ooh, what? I don't think I get close enough to do the jump scare in time, unfortunately. Don't know why I picked it up. I picked her up so willy-nilly. There could always be that Michonne that had a thingy that rhymed. Oh, she's dead. Didn't realise that. I can actually use a door for once. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's use my first door of the... Last minute fog vial use, I suppose? I could still use the door, right? But now I've been affected by the fog vial, I want to go straight to the door. I want to see how... If the same sort of glitch happens. That was it. So this time I'm hearing music. That's very weird. Very, very weird. What the shit was that boom sound effect? Wait, I'm not wrong. I didn't go anywhere with that. Whoops. So the fog vials do and don't cause that glitch? I'm not really sure. Sure it's Michonne that had the flashlight. Where is she? So we just saw the glitch kind of in action? I probably have to play a lot more games to sort of fully test how that glitch actually works. See, if I had people to play the game with, I would, you know, be able to test it in a bit more of a controlled environment. But you got to make work. You have to work with what you can work with, right? I could have moried her, seeing as thingy was going to leave. Could have gotten him actually if I had hooked her like 10 seconds quicker. 10 seconds? Like 2 seconds quicker. But yeah, I mean, I guess we saw it kind of in action, I suppose. Kinda. I didn't even type the message. Huh. That was weird. So, let's just run that back, right? Hit by fog vial. Started a chase with no music. Then got bloodlust but didn't get the speed boost. Hit her and then everything went back to normal. But then later got hit by a fog vial again, but none of the original effects happened. How's that work? I don't know. Game development is really confusing. And I wouldn't, like, vitriolically rage at behaviour, even though I am very angry, not angry, annoyed that is even, how did that even happen? Sometimes I try to be charitable to stuff like that, but obviously sometimes it just does not make sense in any way, shape or form. But anyways, I'd say we can probably call the video here, because I've read over the patch notes. I've complained a lot about the fog vials and how much I dislike them. If you're looking for more stuff, I'd suggest, like, go look around. Look around for other people's experience with the fog vials. You just saw mine, which was kind of confusing, especially in comparison to what other people were saying, right? But, yeah, I'd say this is the end of the video. This patch is, for the most part, it's good. Can you stop jump scaring for 5 seconds? For the most part, it's good, right? This is, for the most part... Sorry, I had to lean around my microphone to see the net escape thing. Like, for the most part, this patch is good. The new survivors are good for people that like The Walking Dead. The perks for both of them are okay, they're fun enough. Sure, whatever. I haven't seen the new tile, funny enough, like the new version of Shack, or the new Shack knockoff, whatever thing it is, map. I don't know what that thing is. But yeah, it's just that the bugs with the fog vials and the weird pillar of doom, or the metal pillar of doom on the offering screen, those are just kind of odd. I think the fog vial stuff kind of drags this patch down by its nuts, and just, yeah, it's I know I said at the beginning, it's like, it's the worst patch ever. I don't think it is, but the fog vials definitely are probably one of the worst implemented additions to this game in a very, very long time, right? I don't think that's super controversial to say. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed my extended and very unscripted rambles, and like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, etc, etc, all that lovely jazz, if you feel so inclined, all that lovely jazz. But now that we know that the night isn't butchered, I can make my video on the night hopefully tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not, we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.